What's up? How's everybody doing? This light's a little bit too bright. Change to something else. Yeah, screw it. Maybe that'll be better. Yeah, that's better. All right. Lord have mercy. The world is, it seems that we are struggling. Let's just keep it to the US because I'm American. I haven't lived there in many years, but I'm still American. And what we are seeing on the world stage right now, whether it was the Russian attack on the NATO base in Ukraine, which is not getting any news, that was a big one. If you want to see something about it, maybe you should go to TikTok. And then the Chinese yuan being used as settlement for liquid natural gas. That's been happening. That happened, I think, on the 23rd or 24th of the month. And then we have today, First Republic Bank teeters on the brink of collapse. All of this, to me, is signs that we have a very, very sick system out there. We can say that we're in a bull market all we want. We can say that crypto stands alone and it's going to stay on the test of time and be able to stand up against the struggles that we're having in the real world. But over the next, let's say until November, I still think it's going to be a tough time. We're going to struggle. And I personally, like I've said many times before, do not think we're in the bull market yet. I go by cycles. I'm a cycles guy. And the cycle doesn't usually begin. The true bull market of crypto does not begin until the Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin halving is April 2024. So that gives us 1 year from now for the Bitcoin halving. Between now and then, a lot of shit can hit the fan. As we've seen with First Republic Bank, we saw the three other banks. The system is sick. With the Chinese switching to the yuan for settlement layer rather than using the US dollar, to me, that is one more sign that the US dollar is losing dominance and the Federal Reserve is going to continue to raise rates. All these things together are bringing a shitstorm to the US dollar. They'll hold it up for a while. And while they hold it up, the markets are going to tank. People are going to lose jobs. The crypto market's going to struggle. The regular markets are going to struggle. As we saw today, all the markets tumbled except for NYSE. NASDAQ. I think the NASDAQ was up a little bit, but all the others were down a bit. I think that this is a sucker's rally. And I just can't convince myself that we're in a bull market. Maybe it was just a temporary market where everything goes up and then you get hammered. And remember, 31,000 was the top. And right now we're at 28,863 for Bitcoin. It doesn't mean that it's over with. It could still go up. But I just have this sinking suspicion that the bear market is not through with us. If this continues, if we keep going for another 6 weeks or so with this bull market and Bitcoin's over $40,000 by the end of June and we're riding high, then okay, I'll be convinced. And to me, then I'm just going to say, okay, Bitcoin doesn't care. Crypto doesn't care what the rest of the world does, what the rest of the markets do. We're going up. But at this current time, with the amount of contagion that's in the market, And the way that the Federal Reserve is still hawkish, I think that's what the term is, where they want to raise the rates, I am going to stay bearish. There's just too many negative things. And where do people take profits? They take profits from crypto and Bitcoin. If they're liquid, they're going to take profits there. So yes, we might have Pulse Chain coming. Pulse Chain, please. Pulse Chain launch, because we could have our own little bull market while everything else is tanking. That's what I'm hoping for. Cross some fingers. Let's do that. Or else it's just going to be could be an ugly summer, in my opinion. So I'm hoping that we find our legs and Pulse Chain gets going, because in my opinion, the Bitcoin mini bull market, or the suckers rally, whatever you want to call it, is over. Maybe I should go do the charts right. Maybe we should start off the show with the charts tonight, because there's some stuff I want to show you. So let's do that. Blank, another bank getting ready to go under. Okay, here's the Bitcoin monthly. And the Aurochs indicator is still green on the monthly. But the reason why I recommend the weekly and the monthly is because the monthly doesn't show the whole picture. The demand index is still good. We still have greed in the market. But when you switch to the weekly, too far down. When you switch to the weekly, all of a sudden, we're 2 weeks in a red Aurochs indicator. 2 weeks already. We've been sitting in this. If this red Aurochs indicator goes through maybe the end of the month here in the next 5-6 days and it stays red, I'm thinking that we could get a possible red Aurochs indicator on the monthly for Bitcoin. And if we go back to the monthly, how often does that happen? It doesn't happen often. Look, this was more than a year. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 months between that red and that green. If we get a red here, how long till it turns green again? Will it be like this one? This could be a good scenario. Red, and between red and green is 6 months. Maybe we'll get that. And then that would be what I predict, that possibly in the fall, we'll go green again, just prior to the Bitcoin halving. So I'm a pessimist. I'm going to continue to be a pessimist. I don't care if people call me a joke. I don't care if people don't listen to me. That's fine. But if I'm right, I'm good. If I'm wrong, I'm good. Why? Because I'm staked. I'm in Hex. I'm in Icosa. Sacrifice for Pulse Chain. Sacrifice for Pulse X. Got Hedron. That's the stuff I'm in. It's all long-term plays. I have Zen. I know a lot of people hate the thought that, oh, Randy owns Zen. But I have a whole bunch of wallets of Zen. So throwing out into the future, things I can't touch. I can't change it. I can't do anything about it. There's no crypto that I can just go dump on the market right now and put it to USDC or USDT. I got to ride this one out. So this looks like the scenario that's going to happen. If this goes red, we're going to have, looks like maybe we'll have something like this 6 months before we get a green Aurochs indicator again. Remember I told you guys months ago, I said I was looking for a battle. Like here was a battle. It was 8 months here of a battle. It was red, 6 months green, 2 months red again. And then we were red for 13 months. Let's hope now this time we'll get green, then we get a red, and then it goes green again within a couple months. And then that will be a battle for a bull market. I think that's what's going to happen. So I'm calling it. This is the end of the suckers rally. We'll get a pullback now. I don't know how far down we're going to go. Maybe we'll get 18,000, 17,000 or something. And then we'll get a green Aurochs indicator again, and we'll start heading up. Because we all know that the U.S. politicians do not have any balls, and they're going to not want to cut rates any further past the election cycle beginning in November. And that means they're going to loosen the belts. The market's going to rebound and start going up again. So that's my little thing on Bitcoin. Ethereum, 1901, doing good today, up 1.29%. It's the same situation. Let's look at the weekly, see if it does the same thing as Bitcoin. Well, we have 1 week of red Oryx indicator for Ethereum. Interesting, only 1 week. So what will happen on Sunday? When I start off the week on Sunday, it'll be a new month, a new candle. We'll see what happens with it. And check the daily here, see how Ethereum is doing. Well, we just went green again on the daily. The AI is way below the red. That's the lowest it's been in a while. Let's see the last time. Last time it was there was 4 March. So see if Ethereum can recoup its rally where it was just last week. I think it was at 2100, something like that. Here's a Hex. Hex has been struggling, but we still have the green Oryx indicator on the monthly. Let's see how bad it is on the weekly. We might get a red for the week. Oh, see, we've got 5 weeks of red. Let's see if that turns into a monthly indicator that's red. And that'll play right into my story of that we want to have a battle. We want to see that battle on the monthly because we haven't had the battle yet. Look at this battle. This is when we were at the peak, right? This is at the top. We were green, and then we went red. We went green, then we went red, and we were red for 13 months or whatever, or 12 months for Hex. And then we went green, and it's been 6 months that we've been green. Let's have another red. Maybe it'll be 2 months or whatever pulse chain launches, and then we go green again. I'd be happy with that. How about you guys? So Hex right now is at 5.8 cents. How much further can it go down? It all depends on when pulse chain launches. I hate the fact that it's so connected to pulse chain at the moment, but it is. Hedron, we're at 5022. It's still green on the weekly. And that's about it. So started off with the charts. Let's look at ICOSA. Make sure you guys see this. Okay. ICOSA is 57.69. Someone sold a whole bunch last night. This is one right here to here with about one wallet, I believe. They sold a bunch. And we're at 57.5 cents. If Pulse Chain launches, I think eHex, eICOSA, eHedron, everything's going to take a bit of a dump. Corey reiterated that on his stream yesterday. I totally agree with him. Everything that's Hex related or on Ethereum is going to take a hit. I just think ICOSA, just because it's a lot less wallets, the hit won't be as bad, and it'll probably rebound pretty quickly. So that's about it. That was the charts. Mr. Rock Jockey, good to see you. Budding Guru. Good evening, and may the poopy doopy hex dumpers get a clue and stop suppressing the price. Yeah, that's normal though. Hey, Corey, good to see you, sir. Hey, everybody, is this the last live stream prior to mainnet? It's possible. I'd love to wake up to a mainnet. Mel Tony, good evening to you. Hello, Jeremy. Doing good. Umberto, yo familia. Glad you got back safe to Miami, sir. Sarah G. Anybody got dry powder left? How's everyone doing? Ted Nelson, I sure don't. I'm all staked. I'm all purchased, and now it's just a wait and see game. Sandra Larson, good evening. My inner alarm went off at 6:54. Cool. PLS is now on CMC. Well, wasn't it already there and then it was taken down again? I think that's what happened. Locksmith? Oh, yeah, I'm ready. After your stream last night, I ordered an NMN with my credit card. It was declined and flagged because the product wasn't FDA approved. So I ended up using my debit card and then it went through. Sarah, where was that? What site did you use that on? That's interesting. Oh, thank you, Doug. Train's leaving the station. Actually, The whole point of that image was we're at the final stop for the end of the line for Bitcoin in this current pump. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I mean, Bitcoin's up 1.5% today, but I'm getting that feeling. Remember, I got that feeling when Hex hit 12.2 cents. Well, I feel like the steam is running out of Bitcoin. There's a lot of people who are arguing my counterpoint. They have a counterpoint to mine right now. They believe that because there's so much systemic risk in the system, that people are moving into Bitcoin and crypto. But I don't fall. I'm not falling for that one. It's different this time. I don't believe that. REIO, good evening. Mel Tony. You're my new poll speaking, Randy. Let's get it. Crypto berries. I'm trying. I want to bring you peace and happiness. Crypto compassion. Hello. Hello, TexX. Glad you're here. Clintrones. Okay. Randy, I bought Hex on the dip. Nice. The thing is, when do you buy the dip? Do you buy it now? Well, right now you get the copy, but there's no guarantee that the copy and the EHEX are going to be the same value as EHEX right now. Remember, there's no guarantee of that. Or do you sell now, not get a copy, have the money to then bring in via the bridge to Pulse Chain to buy up maybe Pulse Chain, Pulse X, and PHEX? There's different ways that we look at this. Yep. There's my mom. She agrees with me. The cycles are for real. Yes, they are. Don't worry, Randy. Joe Biden got your back against the wall. I mean, Joe's got your back into a corner. I mean, we're effed. Oh, God. The system isn't sick. It's in the process of collapsing. It sure is. I mean, if you guys live in the U.S., I hope you're prepared. I hope you're prepared. I don't want to sound like the conspiracy theorist guy, but they've been in the process of collapsing the U.S. system for a long time. And it seems like they're just accelerating and trying to make it happen faster. So just prepare yourselves. What's crack-a-lackin'? What's up, B-Flow? Bull starting late 2023, early 2024. Yeah, I agree. The full bull won't, but right from, I would say, now until the end of the year is the time to start building your bags, preparing for the next bull market. The only thing that's different about my live stream than other crypto people is that I believe that we're going to have a mini bull market of our own in Pulse Chain before the launch, before their bull market. So we're going to participate in two bull markets. Oh, it's going to be glorious. Absolutely glorious. And I learned a lot of stuff about Zen today that's very interesting, that by later this year, they got a lot of stuff coming. And the way that they're burning Zen right now, at the rate they're burning, it's insane. So maybe Zen will have its own bull market too. And I'll have 3 bull markets. I'll take it. Benny says, hey, Randy, when mainnet starts, what are the fastest and most trustworthy sites to get all the RPC info to add to your wallet? Richard will post it, I'm sure. When version 4 came out, I got the information from the guys at Maximus DAO, and I'll probably do that again, and then I'll post it in our Telegram for the No Permissions group. First of all, I'll go and I'll set mine up, and then to make sure it works, and then I'll post it in the Telegram group. There's a chance that the halvening has almost no effect, and we might have an abnormal cycle. I don't know, Okari.io. I mean, that's going against cycles, and I'm one for cycles. Cycles are more powerful than our opinions, in my opinion. That sounded so wishy-washy. Hey, Marianne. Longer time frame helps. It sure does. Senor Randy, great evening, my friend and all. Buonasera, Pepe. Buonasera. Tom C. I hear you. A lot of people are bummed. But, it might not be long until Pulse Chain launches, and then you're going to have 2 hexes. One will do good for a while. The other one will suffer, but in the end, I think that both are going to do very well. Hey, Warhammer, listen, Icosa is going to do wonderful up until August. And then it's like no man's land after that. But I didn't know about the small stakes and how you could maximize the potential, your earning potential with Icosa by doing short stakes with, I think it's between 390 and 400 Icosa for 90 days. I didn't know about that. So I have one giant one that's like 270 days long, and it won't matter. I'll still have it going through August. And then I have a couple smaller ones that are 180 days long that come out, I think September or something. And I'll reevaluate at that time. I don't have any of the 90-day ones though. Believe in yourself. Good evening, sir. Love that thumbnail, by the way. Sort of freaking awesome, really. I appreciate it. Believe in yourself. I appreciate it. Yep. Why bummed? You get 2 for 1 DCA. Buy Hex, stake Hex, get Hedron, stake Hedron, get Icosa. It's an amazing thing. It's a beautiful thing. It just keeps compounding on itself. And how many more projects are we going to have? So, I gotta RH Max is here. I gotta give him a shout out. What's up, RH Max? Dr. H. Oop that. Yep. Please. Okay, so okay, so I learned a lot today about Zen. I had one of our calls with one of my friends, and he's huge in Zen. And he was telling me about how third parties are coming out with tokens for the Zen community, where you take your Zen and you burn your Zen in order to receive these other tokens. And it looks pretty smart. It looks like a way to really destroy the supply of Zen, because everyone's like, oh my God, Zen's going to do terrible because there's so much inflation. Well, it looks like the community came together without the help of Jack, who I'm not a fan of, and they are burning the crap out of Zen. And that's why people are buying it off the market, and they're burning it because they get these other secondary projects that are built around Zen. Well, what if we had a way where we could burn our Hedron, burn our Hex, burn our Maxi, or burn all kinds of stuff to lower the supplies of our tokens, and in turn, the supply and demand, the supply goes down, demand stays the same or goes up, so therefore the price should be higher. I think that's a really good idea. So if anybody's out there and you're a dev, coming up with something like that in our system, where we take Hex, for example, we YOLO it into the contract, we burn it, and we get something on the other side for it. And that token on the other side has liquidity and all that kind of stuff. I think people will love it, just like they're loving this one that Zen's doing. I think it's called DB Zen or something. That seems like a great idea to me. So if they can have it over there, why can't we have it in our ecosystem? Why not burn the crap out of Pulse Chain or burn the crap out of Pulse X on top of the buy and burn, on top of the other situations we have with Pulse X? So just ideas, just floating it out there. That's going to be rough to see Hex on ETH dump when Pulse Chain launches. I expect Hex haters and Furus will then point to the Hex price and ETH as it's dead. You know they're going to do it. You just know it. They can't help themselves. Just like Hexikins said about Axion. When Axion went to Polygon, all the Hexikins were saying, oh my God, see, Axion's dead. Axion was not dead. Axion just moved to Polygon and the chart went to 0 on Uniswap. Pays to pay attention. Even though my Axion now is pretty much worthless, it's still there, but nowhere near what it used to be. Perfect, Mudhog. Get it. Tell you that stuff. I don't know what. I understand the scientific part of NMN. I'm not going to go into it tonight, but wow, I love it. Yes, Crispy. Crispy is the man. I use Crypto Coffee's link. It's coming from Florida. Really, Sarah G? Interesting. Huh. Tin Top. Ordered from Renew by Science. Okay. I'll have to check out Crypto Coffee's link. I don't buy the people fleeing into crypto. I think normies freeze up when the market's dump. Yeah. Traditionally, that's all they do is they freeze up. There's a small percentage, right? I can't even say the 80-20 rule where 20% are doing it. I would say it's more like 1% that are moving into crypto. I don't normally buy the dip. When I do, it's right before it keeps dipping. You're going to be fine. Once Pulse Chain launches, we're all going to be fine. It might take a little while, but we'll be all right. You do the least risky thing, which is to stay in Hex to launch. I'm in Hex and ICOSA. I'm good. Can you have two accounts on the same MetaMask wallet? You mean two addresses? Sure, absolutely. Mudhawk says, out of dry powder, waiting on my chickens to lay some eggs. I think most of us in the Pulse Chain ecosystem are the same way. Like, I wanted to go YOLO into Power City. I just didn't have any more liquid crypto because I had already, I sacrificed for Famous. I sacrificed for something else. What the hell was it? Can't remember. But then when I sold all my Hex at 12.2 cents, I put that all into ICOSA and I staked it, forgetting that I wanted to sacrifice something for Power City. But by the time I remembered, it had already been a couple days. I'm like, oh, man, geez. I don't remember making the other one. Maybe just clicked it by accident, Harvey. Because at the bottom, or it says add new account, and that's when you get the new address. And it's just 2 clicks, so it's pretty quick. Can my eggs and produce down so much? What? Can my eggs and produce down so much income? Eggs and produce, I mean, from the farm? That's what it sounds like. Buy high, sell low. So many people do that. Do you think we can have another mini bull run for the summer, then a giga crash before the elections take over media? Leroy, no, I don't think that's what's going to happen. If you look at how markets go, I believe that we're in the last stage before a new bull market begins. So that's usually called the suckers rally. And it goes on for a couple months, which we've done. It's been happening since January. So it's a good rally, right? Well, now it's time to take a breather, let the market go back down, let the whales take their profits, and then it'll turn around and people will start buying back in slowly. They'll wipe their tears away, they'll clean up their wounds, heal up, and get ready for the bull market that's going to come in a year, the real bull market. There's no way you can convince me I've had multiple crypto people tell me it's different this time. How many times have we heard it's different this time? I'm tired of hearing that fucking term. It's different. No, it's not different. Cycles. Obey the cycle. Just keep it simple. Even if I'm wrong, I'm still obeying the cycle, right? I'm staked. It doesn't matter. If I was sitting in USDT right now, a whole bunch of USDT, then that would be me saying, okay, I really, really, really believe that we're going to have a bad bear market still, and we're going to go down a lot. But I'm not. I'm staked because I don't think the pullback is going to be terrible. I don't think it's going to. This time next year, it's going to be, I'm not even going to care about it because the market's going to be recovered or well on its way to recovering. Rinse and repeat. You buying high, selling low? Ramon's Carrillo says Zen is turning out to be a fun ecosystem and profitable. Yeah, it's odd. It's amazing. But I said it, and that's why Richard unfollowed me on Twitter when I said when the ETH fees start going up and the supply and demand, when the supply starts dipping, the ETH fees go up, demand is going to go up. And that's when the price started going up. Because right now, people could buy it up and they could not sacrifice it, but burn it in order to get these other assets. Had nothing to do with Jack either. Had everything to do with the ETH price going up and third parties within the Zen ecosystem building really good projects to help get rid of the supply of Zen. And similar to what has happened in Hex, we've had third parties like Alex building Hedron and Icosa. We've had the guys at Maximus DAO building all of their assets. We've got Weight Token from the Coast team. We've got Power City. We've got Liquid Loans. All these, it's the same idea, but difference is their token is they burn their Zen. I would love to see something that burns our Hex, burns our Hedron, burns our Pulse Chain, burns our PulseX. How cool would that be? And then the rewards are really nice, and we all become liquidity providers and make sure that token does well too. Yes, our own ecosystem. So true. Blackaroni, good evening, sir. I don't trust what's happening in the U.S. I feel that our government is purposely destroying the country. I'm going to have to check out Panama. Come on down, Sarah. We got a little crew now. Our community's ramping up slowly. My partner and his wife will be getting back here. Now it's June, but things have settled down. He got his mom back to Uganda, and he's preparing to make the move back to Panama. So I'm excited. Yes, Harvey Diaz, it is a security practice to use multiple addresses and hardware wallet. Mm-hmm. Hello, J-Man. Yes, please. Thank you, Marianne. Do you think it's possible that the 2 copies of Hex will cut the price in half because we need new buyers to raise the price? Tom, it could be a stock split, like a traditional stock split. I've heard that idea floated around. That's kind of the one that I've grasped a hold of. I think that the E-Hex price, it'll do pretty well, but P-Hex, it's going to take a little time to get going. So I'm hoping that we can have something close to parity. Maybe these are not real numbers. These are just numbers off the top of my head. So if add both the values together were 10 cents, for example, you might have 8-cent E-Hex and 2-cent P-Hex for a while. But then a year from now, it's the other way, 8-cent P-Hex and 2-cent E-Hex. Who knows? Or it could be 5 cent, 5 cents. But the whole idea of having parity, like with a E-Hex, P-Hex pair on Pulse Chain, that's going to take a lot of work. And I think that's going to take some expectations from the OA. So I'm kind of doubtful about that one. X Factor. Yeah, it's not that I want to go out talking about Zen. It's just that I admire what's happening over in that community. They're doing great things. And to me, I admire when other groups do great things. I'm not going to shit on them just because of their founder, who I do not like. I think what he did is shady, but I like what the ecosystem's doing. The system is collapsing when banks start failing. 3 already with a 4th on the way. Rising inflation and interest rates. Crime out of control. The signs are everywhere except cryptos. Yep. And a fentanyl epidemic going on. Fentanyl. I don't know how you guys say it. I say fentanyl. But and then look at the stores being ransacked, the Walmarts. Man, for one, if you're living in a big city, you're nuts. Here am I living in a big city, but if something happens here, we can easily leave. We have lots of family outside the city, out in the country areas. As I told you, like a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, we were at Anna's family's house near Chitre. B-Flow knows what I'm talking about. They live in the mountains behind Chitre. And, we can go out there and lay low for a while if I have to. Hell, I'll support the whole family. All their family out there, plus the family here in the city, we all hop in vehicles and go to the countryside where they got their own cows, got their own chickens, got their own mango trees. got their own orange trees, their own lime trees, their own freaking whatever you want. They got it at the farm. So if you guys got the capability of getting out of the city, I would do it now instead of waiting. See, X Factor says burn it all. I don't know if you're talking about the economy, the country, the money, the US dollar, or hex, or whatever else thing I was messing around talking about tonight that's on fire. 5.8 cents. Pulse burn. That would be amazing. Yes, let's vamp their strategy. LOL. Send me 1 hex, I'll send you 2. No, that's not what's happening. That's Billy X. Sorry. That's not what's happening over there. It's hex tokeneer with a separate ETH entry fee split tax. I haven't looked at that. You're talking about, which one are you talking about? The DB Sari says, I agree. Zen is interesting, but really making the network unusable for everyone is now. I've had a stake bleeding for more than 2 weeks. It's ironic they call it fair crypto. Feels kind of unfair now. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I totally agree. They're messing everything else for everybody else. But I'm not saying that we go and we use the gas fees to hyperinflate a token. No, I don't want to do that. That's never liked that to begin with. But I'm saying what they're doing with the burning of the token in order to get another asset, that to me is really smart. See, the pulse burn. Yep. And you hope for the best, but plan for the worst, and you'll make it through. Exactly. My wife calls me paranoid. I just call myself prepared. Look, I am a traditional guy. All right. I believe it's the guy's job in a relationship to be prepared and to be the cautious one. Or, we're always looking for the dangerous things. And I don't know, I guess I'm traditional that way, but I believe it's my job. So I do it every day. There may be something coming from our fave dev, Alex. He has hinted at something. I know, Mudhug. I know. It's looking good. Come on, Alex. I would like to see an hourglass like that without the extra dev crap. Hex hourglass with hex staking with PLS protocol entry fee. The burn part is middleman ticketing. Interesting. Don't need the burn game. Look at it. I mean, the devs, look what it's doing for Zen right now. That's why I got the pump. We are going to make it. Thank you, Lee. When capitalist, sir? Oh, you're talking about Mudhog. Pulse is set to explode. Yes, it is. PulseX burn will be awesome. Look, I am more excited about PulseX than anything else. And I've been excited since I sacrificed for PulseX because of the buy and burn. When I heard about buy and burn for the exchange, I was like, oh, hell nah. This thing's going to be epic. So that's why I sacrificed so much more for PulseX. I know a lot of people sacrifice for PulseX in order to get Pulse Chain, but that was not my plan at all. No, my idea was to get my PulseX, stake my PulseX, earn more PulseX, do everything I can to accrue more of that so that I could earn with the farming and the pools and all kinds of stuff. While at the same time, we have massive amounts of burn going on, causing the supply to go down, price to go up. That's what I hope. Burning mass amounts of hex sounds like a master plan. It sure does. We have 3.69% inflation, but the actual inflation rate in hex is way smaller than 3.69% because people are not allowing that 3.69% to come to market. We've been punting out hex for 15 years with HSIs and other ways that we do it. And it'd be cool to drop the inflation, say -5, -3. That'd be badass. Hit the like. Yes, please. Thank you, J-Man. I noticed a double auth going into my MetaMask wallet. I noticed the double authorization going into my MetaMask wallet. Oh, man. You guys creep me out. If something happened to MetaMask? Yeah, I'll check tomorrow. Bull market coming to a pulse near you. Yeah, exactly. My hex is burned when staked. Yes, but it's come back once and staked. What are we talking about? It's different this time. I've been hearing that for years. Yeah, it's always, everyone always says it's different. Yes, exactly, Corey. It's not. Just like the real estate cycles, it's the same thing over and over again. I hear Corey and Dane, when they talk about the real estate cycle, they're looking out years ahead, years ahead. Cryptos is in its infancy. We've only had, what, 4 major cycles or something like that. So we're still young, but the cycle is already ringing true for 4 cycles. So 4 times 4 is 16 years or whatever, going back to 2009, 2008 when Bitcoin white paper came out, 2009, January 3 is when it launched. So we're very young. You guys getting me? There's no such thing as a random, only unfound patterns. Sandra, exactly. I get that too every now and again. I always reject all, log out, reboot, and start a new session. Oh, you're talking about the MetaMask? Avax Zen is the goat Zen. That's what I've been hearing. I actually heard that in a call with a friend today. Because it's the one still paying a bonus of some kind. Crypto berries, I have no idea. Where did you hear that? I see wreck people. They don't see me. X-Staker. Oh, God. ICOSA auctions burn Hedron. Yep, that's one way of burning Hedron. Let's add like 4 more ways to burn Hedron. Let's get ahead of the curve, because if you look at the Hedron burn, it could take a couple years to get, how we have the 10x bonuses for the hex OGs like myself. Let's get ahead of that by burning the shit out of Hedron so that the supply can't hurt us. Didn't Jack say that it should be pretty easy to break Pulse Chain? Yeah. But was that real, or did someone make a fake tweet? I don't know. Is ICOSA deflationary? ICOSA is not pinned perfectly, but it mirrors T-shares. So T-shares are deflationary. So I think in the beginning, ICOSA is hyperinflationary, but over time it becomes deflationary. If I'm wrong, Crypto Sloth, let me know. But that's how I understand it. After August, there's an extra bonus that Alex allocated a bunch of like a bonus to the ICOSA stakers, and that ends in August. And then it'll become much lower inflation. Then it logs, and if I cancel the second auth is the thing too. Oh, believe in yourself. Yes, that's happening to me too. I know what you're talking about. You get 2 screens, right? Yes, same thing's happening to me. I just closed the one and open with the other. So thank you for confirming that I'm not the only one that's happening to. And I use Brave. So, who knows? And it's happening to my Aurochs as well. And Aurochs is on Chrome. So it has something to do with the underlying extensions. Mangrove Creek says, is it safer to store hex on Aurochs rather than MetaMask? It doesn't make a difference where you store it. What makes a difference is using a hardware wallet. A hot wallet is not as safe as having a hardware wallet. So what you do is you set up an Aurochs or set up a MetaMask, then you connect one of these to it, and then you're way more secure because this is offline. It does not connect to the internet. Your keys are stored in your Aurochs wallet and your MetaMask wallet within the extension, as far as I understand it. And if you watched Yorgi on the other night when I interviewed him on Sunday night, he's the CEO of Aurochs. He made it clear that Aurochs wallet is a hot wallet, just like MetaMask. So they're the same thing. Hedron 50217. Oh, come on, Hedron. Don't lose the 2. ICOSA 58.5 cents. Someone sold a shit ton. We were at 64 cents, and then boom. Big money like cycles. They are the most risk averse. RH loves cycles. Called the top on day. Yes, he did. are using Brave browser. I've had the same exact thing, but only on Brave. 10 top. Yeah, but I had it for my Aurochs wallet on Chrome, where the two wallets show up. Did V4 complete the Shanghai migration today? It looks like it, from what I'm seeing, from what I heard. I think Katie tweeted it out or somebody. I didn't verify anything. I just saw the tweets. Only 5,500 people in the city I live in. Jeez, that's nice. Hey, Randy, can you please make a video on connecting hardware wallet to Aurochs? More hex. Jeez. I'm waiting on my new computer. So I'll do it when the new computer comes. The problem is, even if I do it on the new computer, I don't have screen flow. I don't have screen flow on the new computer. If you guys know what I'm talking about, Mac makes you pay for everything. Nothing just comes with a Mac. So the new computer is a Mac as well. I won't have screen flow on it. So we'll see if I can do it. I'll try to figure it out, because StreamYard, when you record with StreamYard, it doesn't record anything that I do with an extension. It just shows you the screen. So I'll play around with it and see what I can do. You're tempting me to come visit. Let me get my passport. Mudhog, you need a passport. Everyone in here, if you do not have your passports, get one. I know it's expensive in the US to get a passport. Just get it. I heard that it's taking up to 3 months now to get a passport. You don't want to have to be waiting in line for it. I thought you liked David Sinclair. Did I miss something? David Sinclair, he's a shiesty bastard. The reason why NMN is being taken off the shelves is because of his company petitioning the FDA to take NMN off the market, because David only wants his version of NMN. It's called 616 or 612 or something, NMN 612, to be available on the market in the United States. That's fucking fascism. I'm not a fan of that. And it's the second time he's done this. He did the same thing with his resveratrol back, I think it was like 10 years or something. He had a company. His company came out with the patent for something to do with resveratrol, and he tried to get resveratrol taken off the market. Well, this time it worked. He got NMN off the market. But people are fighting back. Power to the people. I'm a capitalist, by all means, but I cannot stand fascism. That's when you use the government laws to get a corner on the market. And that's exactly what David Sinclair is doing. Look it up, guys. Dr. David Sinclair. So that's why I have a whole year's supply of NMN now. I bought a whole bunch. Kinetics, what's up? Whatever happened to Hex on ETHW and ETH Fair? I recall some of the community shielded at launch, but haven't heard anything for ages. It's still there. Mine's all staked. I still do my Hedron over there. I do my COSA over there, because you just never know if it's going to turn around and blow up. Well, for example, say that it's a good backup because it's the same Hex. There's no different. Technologically, it's Hex. Say, for example, Ethereum shuts down. The U.S. bans Ethereum. Ethereum is a security. I'm just talking out my ass here, but let's just use it as an example. What do? Well, we still have our Hex over on ETHW. Maybe our ETHW stuff and our ICOSA and our Hedron will have more value. It's a good backup. But what if a bunch of us got together at some point, say 2-3 years down the line, and we want to add the liquidity and start giving value to ETHW Hex? Why can't we do that? We don't need the OA. The OA doesn't rule the roost. If we want to provide liquidity and give value to ETH POW Hex, why not? I wouldn't do ETH Fair, because ETH Fair is just a mess right now. But ETH POW, there's PowSwap. They have their own exchange. There's things that you can do. It's just ETH Fair, they're just not building. Ozzy Stone, you got heartburns. Pineapple Love, tell me how they calculated this ratio. 1 pulse equals 4 pulse X. That is just what's happening on the version 4. That's all. That's just people buying more pulse, selling their pulse X. Hey, Randy, thanks for what you do. I've been watching the Hex PLS ratio, and it was around 1 to 90. What? Oh, geez. Okay, Hex PLS. Okay, 190 today. Excuse me. As a future PLS holder, there's no way at exchange for Hex at that rate. Could it go to 110? Absolutely. It sure could. But I would use limit orders in order to do that. That's called ratio trading. There's a lot of people in the Hex community that are poo-pooing ratio trading. They're saying, oh, you guys are fools if you do ratio trading. Listen, if you're using limit orders, ratio trading is just as safe as other kinds of trading. So just don't do ratio trading using market buys, especially in the early hours when Pulse Chain launches, because you can get wrecked real quick with the slippage and how the market goes up and down. Just be real careful. Kind of like burning Hex for T shares. LOL, you know the RH Nobel Prize worthy product. Yep. The problem, okay, Billy, you understand that after the stake is done, you remint the Hex. I would like to see something that burns it forever. Bye-bye. Up in smoke. How epic for Pulse X. Yeah, I'm super excited. Way more excited for Pulse X than I am for Pulse Chain. See, that's most better. She feels the same. Best book out of the 11 you have behind you. Well, some of these are just for information in case the end of the world happens, right? But I would definitely, this book I've read many times. It's called The Body for Life by Bill Phillips. It's an older book, but I bought this book 3 times in my life. Twice I've given it out, let people borrow it, never got it back. So I just bought another copy. It's really good for like exercises and stuff like that, and how to eat right and stuff. I just love it. But now I'm reading this book called Fiber Fueled, and I read it when I'm at the gym, and it's talking about how you should have a mix of fiber in your system. Each week, try to cycle through 40 different vegetables, and that includes beans and stuff too. So you want to feed the different microbes in your gut. And I'm not going to explain it to you. If you guys want to read it, check it out. It's called Fiber Fueled. Doesn't mean you have to become a vegan or vegetarian or anything like that. It's just that you want to get a nice mix of different fiber in your system, soluble and insoluble. So I don't want to go down that rabbit hole tonight, but it's good stuff. Ivan Mandeep, the older I get, the further out of the city I want to move. I see zombies everywhere. Yeah, it's hard to convince my wife. She just won't have it. So kind of stuck. That's right. Yeah, we have to authorize MetaMask twice, once to set the spend limit and second to the actual swap. Oh, you're talking about 2 different things, Tripod. What they're talking about is when they go into their MetaMask for the first time when you're signing in, the window will pop up twice. And it's happening to me with both Aurochs on Chrome and MetaMask on Brave browser. So are they, Diamond Dave? Hey, it's a threat. They saw it. They're like, oh, wow, this looks good. Bring it on. Anything to help the ecosystem. I'm cool. I don't care if they copy Aurochs. I just want to see people get safe and stop getting hacked. Kinetic says, I live in a small red county where family and morals are prized, not moving to the city just for more restaurants. Exactly. Bro, I'm in a loss. Will Bitcoin go down again? Alpha Gamer. Right now, let's go to the weekly. Right now, we have a red Aurochs indicator on the weekly, and the moving averages are about to cross over. The demand index looks good. We still have greed in the market. I know what I didn't check is the daily. The daily, we have a green Oryx indicator now for 1, 2, 3 days. We did dip below in the demand index, and looks like the AI is coming back to the red. So we might have a nice little run for the next couple of days. But on top of all that, on top of all the mayhem I'm talking about, we're going into a full moon. Let's look at my full moon index here. I haven't checked it. I know it's in like 6 days or so. No, 8.6 days. Next full moon is in 8.6 days. Prepare yourselves because it can get nasty. We're at 42% right now. Another stream, but I'm getting lost in DCC streams as they promote their course. I can't keep up and had to come here to get grounded. I mean, I've got my course too that I'm doing with Ben Dubard here. Thank you for bringing it up. Check it out. You can go to bendubard.com to sign up. Anybody who's in no permissions, part of our Patreon, you get 50% off. Mom says, there's an old saying, nothing is new under the sun. Crypto may be in its infancy, but cycles still have patterns and life still goes on. Same old. Yep. Exactly. I have a friend who keeps his MetaMask on an old cell phone with SIM card removed. No major network intrusion. Operates when you decide to turn on Wi-Fi. Interesting. Jeez. That's sketch. I don't use Wi-Fi for anything. Wi-Fi is a no-go for anything crypto with Randy. I plug it into a wire. I use what's called FireWire, or I'm not a tech guy. Just plug it in and go. I'm getting over the nature buzz. BitBoy sort of hinted on his short video last night that he was going to have someone on, and it sounded like Richard, but he wasn't going to say just in case it cancels. Okay. Nobody wants a soft wallet. I'm out of Hedron. It's all in HSIs now. Hey, way to go, Hexited. You folks who are doing the HSI auctions, congratulations to you. I'm happy. You guys are getting your hex at 50% discount. Good to go. eFiat, you guys are doing good. Staked, earn those rewards. How do we get our copies when storing on a Trezor? It automatically happens, Tom. Wallets have nothing to do with the blockchain. Nothing is on your Trezor. Nothing is on your MetaMask. It's just reading the blockchain. All they are is your keys to go into the blockchain. That's it. Guys. Tom, no. They go to the blockchain. You just have keys to access that specific part of the blockchain. Where's the option Aurochs to connect a hardware wallet? Excited, it's there. Just play around with the buttons. You'll see it. Sorry, I haven't done it yet, but I know it's there because I checked. Screencast-O-Matic would work for you, Randy. It's free to use if you don't mind a watermark in the corner of the video. Screencast-O-Matic. I've heard of that one. Screencast. Because I want to be able to show the wallet, right? If you can't see the wallet, it makes no sense. There we go. Sinclair is a snake. Exactly. I was so pissed when I found out what he's doing. There you go. A wallet is not a wallet. It's a key. Exactly. Crypto's on the blockchain. The Chinese markets love ETHW. Yes, they will. And ETHW will be an easy 100x in the next bull run. I have a Mac laptop coming. I already have the Mac computer. The nearest international airport is about 5 hours away from me and 6,000 people in my town. Jeez, Ivan, you're out there. Exactly. Wow. No, we need limit orders on the DEX. RH, where are you? Please do it. Mind if I share the link to MPA's campaign to fight Sinclair's corrupt? Yeah, go ahead, Schwa. You probably don't have the capability to do it. Need a lot of idle non-staked hex to maintain high APYs, so not good to actually burn. Need more tokens over time. Okay. It's not different this time, but it will be different when no more halvings. But we're all going to be dead, Michael. We're all going to be dead. Halvings go on for a long freaking time. Do you think people are scared to buy Hex right now because Pulse could launch any day and they're afraid to not get that double in case the fork already happened? Danny, I have no clue. The fork didn't happen. Fiber has lots of uses in our bodies. The most important is being food for our gut biome probiotics. Fiber prebiotic. Yep, exactly. That's what that book's all about. Sometimes I pop up twice myself. It's absolutely normal. Talking about the MetaMask and Aurochs. Is the Fed FUD is the question of the moment. Yep. I love Waters Above content. I'm a member of his Patreon. Just the guy does phenomenal work. And he came out on my stream during this Meta series. We did a great talk back in September. Hope we launch on full moon. Seems like a good time if you want to shake people out. Yep. Yeah, I'm all for it. TikTok's on fire. Anti-Sinclair like crazy. Main supplement companies are stepping up as well. NMM brought about a big wave of monetary gains, but also more reciprocation. Yep. More Hex, go for it. I am more of I'm not an e-fiat guy. I am going to be taking care of all my fiat stuff over on PulseChain. And there's a conglomerating of effort for it. It's growing stronger every day. Yeah, because people are bringing it up. Exactly. If they can take NMN, they can take anything away from us and put everything behind the counter where you need a prescription from your doctor. And that, to me, that's bullshit. I haven't received my usual Sunday newsletter. Should I resubscribe? No, John, I did not have one Sunday. Last week was hell for us with the father being in the hospital and stuff. So I didn't have time to sit down and write a letter. Takes 2 minutes to fill out the form and send it to your local lawmakers. Thank you, Schwan. Limit orders already at Portal X. Beautiful. Portal X is going to be badass. Z, I appreciate you. Thank you. So this is it. Panational org. Okay, cool. I also ordered berberine and polyresveratrol. Good shit. Especially, I love the berberine. All right, cool. So yeah, www.npnational.org, NMN. Yeah, I'm all about fiat, but on PulseChain. All right. Cheers, everybody. Please go in and sign that petition if you're a believer in being able to use supplements and that people like Sinclair can't come in and take it away from us. It's freaking shyster. All right. Cheers.